Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, thank you so much for being here. It means a lot. Today is a quick video where I'm finishing up, or I actually finished up this page from the Hanna Karlzon book Seasons. So on Sunday, I released a video where I showed you guys how I colored the strawberries, the leaves, and the flowers from this page, and also talked a little bit about the background. And today I'm showing you how I colored the butterflies and the gemstone. So that will be a really quick tutorial. So just meet me on the other side. All right, let's get started. So here is the state of the strawberry and butterfly page as of now. So what I wanted to do was show you how I colored the butterflies and the gemstones, but first I wanted to show you my thought process behind how I picked out the butterfly colors. So if you watch the strawberry video, excuse me, I guess I'm groggy early in the mornings. If you've watched the strawberry video, you saw how I used my little, this is my Lighthearted Mandalas to Go Darling Hearts book, to pick out my color combo I was going to use for my strawberries. So when it came to picking out colors for the butterfly, I did the same thing. I just came back to this page. This is a throwaway page. And I started playing with, I wanted something vibrant and bright. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do something and go from like violet to orange. And then I realized that that got a little muddy there. So then I thought, I'm going to go violet through like a processed red into an orange. So with that, I started thinking about it. And then I looked back on my page. And this would really be too much. Because what this will do, if I take something crazy like this, while it's beautiful, it would take away from the rest of all of this work. So as I sat here staring at the page, I thought, wait a minute, what do I always say? I always say, minimize the number of color combos you're using. So if I introduced yet another color combo on this page, it might lose its, I always say cohesiveness, but it might lose the harmony of the page with the color combos I already have. So I thought, you know what? That's it. I'm going to pull an echo like the blues from the sky and then the greens from the leaves. And then look, it already goes. So I don't even have to think about whether or not this color combo is going to contrast or take away from the page, because these color combos already exist on the page. So that goes back to, like I said, it's what I always say, the fewer color combos you can have on a page, the more harmonious or cohesive it's going to look. So that said, I colored these two butterflies, and I didn't use the exact blues. You can see this has more of a turquoise blend, but there's turquoise, which is the light aqua here, which definitely gets pulled in here, as well as this powder blue. The only two blues that I added were Aquamarine and Peacock blue, and again, I will leave all these pencils in the description. But the greens are the same three greens that we used on the leaves, with the Chartreuse, the apple green, and the Prussian green. So it made it real easy. Once I made that decision, the rest was super easy. And then after that, when we go to color the gemstones in a minute, same thing. I pulled the same reds from the strawberry blend, but I didn't use all 6. I just used 3 to keep it simple. And I really struggled with how I wanted to do the gemstone, because I thought, do I want it to look like a strawberry? Do I want it to be more like a diamond that's echoing hints of the pink and the red and the blue and green around it? And I thought, oh, I don't think I'm going to be able to pull that off. So I just kept it simple. Again, just pulling 3 of the colors from here. I pulled the Carmine Red, the Crimson Red, and the Pomegranate, in addition to a white pencil to do this, and then a white gel pen, of course. This little butterfly got a little bit of a white gel pen for enhancements, but I'm probably not going to do any more on the butterflies. I think it kind of takes away. After I put the white gel pen down, I actually regretted it and tried to scrape it off a little bit, and then I put it back. So I'm just going to leave the other butterflies as is. So with that, I'm going to get my supplies ready, and we will color this butterfly together down here, and I'll be right back. So I grabbed my pencils. Again, I grabbed powder blue, light aqua, which you can see I love very much, aquamarine, and Peacock Blue. And that is going to be the order of our color combo we're going to use. So let's get started down here. And I'm just going to color this in this little space here. You don't have to color each. You can color like this. I'm coloring as one section. You don't have to color it as 4 little sections. You, of course, can if you'd like to. I just try to simplify where I can. So powder blue, putting down the light aqua, now the aquamarine, and trying to be careful since it's early in the morning and I'm not so coordinated at this time of day, but probably more alert and coordinated than I am at like 5 in the afternoon, that's for sure. I am a quintessential morning person. Okay, now the peacock blue here. Oops. Hope my hand is not getting in the way there. I'll probably go back. I'll have to clean that up just a little bit. All right, so you can see how that's going to go, right? So now I'm going to start to darken it and burnish it just a little bit. Let me get... I'm actually going to be going over that little arch in black, so I'm not too worried about that, to be honest. Okay, let me color this part here. Okay, now I'm going to take the aquamarine. So you can see I'm only just putting that peacock blue, and I feel like I'm being a little OCD. I missed a couple little spaces there at the very bottom. Now I'm going to take the aquamarine. You can see my pencil split, but it still works just fine. It just means it's loved, right? So going to pull this aquamarine up. And that's what really makes it go with the sky, is that the star of this combo is going to be the light aqua, which you can see is actually right here in the sky. Okay, and you know, I was kind of on the fence about coloring these 2 elements on the page and rolling a video for it, but so many of you asked for it, which it made me feel good. I'm kind of flattered, so thank you. So here you are. This is for those of you that really wanted to see and learn. Okay, so bringing that powder blue down, and now I'm going to take the light aqua and just kind of come back down and color all of this, try to get rid of any white spaces that I can. But for the most part, there you go. And then when I finish the butterfly, I'll go back in with the black to go back over where I, see how that has that cloudy wax bloom over the lines. So I'll go, you know, in my notorious Kim style, I will go back over that. So again, I'm going to carry this blue over here. And you can just play with this. So you've got your blue combo and your green combo, and you can just go to town in any way you want to. And it's going to look great because these colors already exist on your page, and that's what makes it so easy and so beautiful. I think that we really overthink our color combos and really trying to make it perfect and trying to figure out what is the right exact combo I should use. And if you just keep it simple, it's going to be hard to lose. Yeah, my first instinct was to make these beautiful monarch butterflies. Okay, so there's that. So what I will do now, as I drop my pencils, I'm going to grab my green. We're going to come in here and do a little, and actually, you know what? If I look at this butterfly, he's a little out of camera. I like that little furry part being green. So I'm probably going to do the same here. So that said, I think I'll go back in here with blues again. This is how I color. I just kind of change my mind as I think about things. So let me go in and pick up with blues. You could do these little, they're like little tabs. You could do them in black. Like I said, any kind of combo. Okay. And as I get further into the butterfly, I will speed color so you don't have to listen to me and watch every little piece. Okay. These are these little lines. These to me are the tricky bits. And see, by doing that, it adds contrast. So you're not, it's the same combo, but because I'm putting the dark against this light powder blue, the Peacock against the powder blue, it looks like a different section completely. So there you go. All right. And then again with the powder blue at the end, really going over that light aqua. Okay. And then I think I need a little more blending here between that aqua, light aqua and aquamarine. Okay. So with that, now I'm going to grab my greens. And again, it's the Chartreuse Apple Green and Prussian Green. I don't even know if that's in camera. I hope so. But I'm calling it out to you, so now you know. You can't be surprised. So I'm going to put that here. And bring a lot of that chartreuse down to keep the butterfly bright and not dark. And again, you can see it's just like the leaves. Isn't that pretty? I love this. You know what? I don't even use my apple green that much. I tend to use spring green and reach for that. So this was a lot of fun for me to use greens that I normally don't use when I'm coloring my green combos. It's good to get out of that box we live in sometimes, isn't it? Oops, apple green. Really try to blend that. Oops, I keep thinking that's a little smudge, but that's not pencil dust. That is actually a little speck from the artist. Okay, so now what I will do is I will go back to the blues for the body. You could do black if you wanted something completely different. And here I'm going to do something. I'm going to kind of go dark to light, which don't fall out of your chair. That's different for me. Oops, and there I got blue and the green. Okay. Let me get that little thing off of that. Okay. Just making it, like I said, you could just play with your combos any way you want to make it feel like your own. I'm just going to take this aqua over everything here, except for the powder blue. Okay, grab that. All right, and then that guy will be our green combo again. So you can see how this is just starting to unfold, and it's real easy. I know that sometimes when we look at these designs with all these little bitty different elements, it can feel overwhelming, but just keep it simple. So let's continue with this green over here. The nice thing too is when there's just little bitty dots or little bitty things, they can, I'm really just struggling to talk today. You don't have to put down as many layers. Okay, so now what I did on the other butterflies inside these little circles, I went with the aquamarine. Okay, so here I'm coloring most of the circle chartreuse, probably 75% of it. Then a little apple green, and then a little Prussian green at the bottom. Then I will blend it back out with the chartreuse. Okay. And then here, excuse me, I'm going to use the apple green. And then those little arches will be black. Just like this outline will be black. Okay, so here on these big dots, I'm going to continue with the green and try to give it a little depth and dimension by making the chartreuse look kind of like a highlight and putting the Prussian green around the very edge at the bottom to give it more of a 3D roundness, if that makes sense. So there you go. Okay, so there's that first little section. So now what I will do is I will speed color this section. Actually, you know what? Hang on before I do that. Just so we don't lose sight of this. Put the little black arches in here. Okay, so now I will speed color this section, and then I will color the rest of the butterfly off camera, and I will be right back. So now what I will do is I will color his head and his antenna. Antennae, how do you say that when it's plural? Both of these, that's what we're going to say. I used to be such a good speller and so smart with everything. And then Apple, or I think it was actually Microsoft, invented spell check back in the day, or somebody did. And then after that, I just was lost. I was ruined. It ruined me, and I never had to remember how to spell anything ever again. So, or let alone pronounce it. Okay. So now what I'll do for his eyes, I'm going to just blacken those in, and we're going to give them a little bit of an aquamarine color here. Oops. I'm not going to worry about that. In fact, you know what? That's a good idea. We'll just go blue right there to aquamarine. And I think that's good. There's a little bit of a black, a little bit of a spot there. Okay. So there you go. So there is the first half of the butterfly. I will color the other half off camera. Next, I will show you how we're going to color a gemstone. So I will be right back. Okay, so what do y'all think? Here is the finished butterfly, and I'm so happy with how this has turned out. So you could go in and add some white embellishments if you'd like to, or just leave it. Like I said, I'm just going to leave this guy with the only white embellishments because I am going through a phase where I overdo my white gel pen, so I'm trying to pull back a little bit. But there you go. I just wanted you to see the finished product. So now why don't we get started on the gemstone. So let me zoom in and get my supplies and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go. So what I'm doing for the gemstone, I'm just grabbing 3 colors from my strawberry, the strawberry here. So I'm grabbing Carmine Red, and I've got Crimson Lake and pomegranate. So I will put these in the description for y'all. And I also have my white Prismacolor. So what I'm going to do here is start out, and there's no right or wrong way to do your gemstone. So I know there are lots of tutorials on how to do this. I'm probably doing it incorrectly, but I don't really care. So I just kind of wing it most of the time. So I'm going to go as if there's a really bright white highlight there, and then move through the other 3 colors. So the Carmine Red, and then it gets darker here towards the edge with the Crimson Lake and the pomegranate. So really, I guess I could take all 6 colors and try to put them through that little color range there, but I found that I've been able to get the same effect with just 2 or 3 of these reds at a time. So most of it is going to be, the heavy lifting will be on this Carmine Red through most of this gemstone here. So now I'm going to take my white pencil and really smear that Carmine Red around, and you can already see how it gives it kind of that gemstone sort of glow. Okay, and now over here on this middle section, I'm going to take the white down here and run it up this way. And you can really, gosh, I've seen so many beautiful and creative gemstones out there with like multiple colors, and wow, they are just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So round gemstones are more of my jam. So faceted gemstones, I really just sort of make it up as I go and just kind of wing it. But hopefully this is something that you can follow that makes a little bit of sense. Probably, I don't know, but I hope it does. And I hope it's helpful to you guys. Okay, so again, I'm putting the darker part. You see how the darker part only covers 1/3 of this? So then I'm really bringing in the Carmine Red and dragging that color down here and getting lighter as I go towards this little white space. Again, this is where I'm going to smear, and it really is just kind of blending and smearing with this white Prisma here to get that added effect. Excuse me. So here I'm going to start with this corner again and take the Carmine Red. And one of the things I thought about too, I think I said this before, was, you know, I had this idea that maybe the strawberry, this gemstone would have like the greens, almost as if this is a strawberry trying to ripen. But then I thought, I don't think I'll be able to execute on that and it will look goofy. So I'll just stick with what I am confident I can pull off. And, you know, because this page is almost done and I'm really happy with it and I don't want to screw it up, I'm not going to get experimental with that. But maybe there's another page that has some strawberries on it that I could, or gemstones that I could practice that with. Okay, and then here, again, I'm just going to be a little light there and bring the white down to really do all that blending. Okay, and again, don't worry about going over the black line because we're going to go over the black lines with a white gel pen as soon as we're done here. So now we'll take the white up here Gonna bring the Carmine Red down, and then I'm just gonna go straight to Pomegranate. And you can see when I move this white around, I'm pushing the Carmine Red up and down along that little area there. Okay, so now I'm going to start with the white up against this darker side here. It's hard to see the white, but like I said in the strawberry video, you'll be able to feel where it's at on the page. Excuse me. Okay, maybe that's a little... Okay, so there you go. So we'll do white over here. And I know that, like, if you wanted to be super technical and accurate, you could find out how light actually bounces through this gemstone depending on where the, like, if the light's coming this way versus this way. But I don't want to be that technical. That seems really difficult for me, and I'm just okay with making it up as I go. And a lot of these pages are just kind of dreamy anyway, so they don't have to be hyper realistic, right? On this one, I think I'm going to go all just Carmine Red. Okay, now in these little corners, I'm going to just color them straight Pomegranate here and here, and then I will create like a light source there with the Carmine Red. Okay, and then over here, maybe the light is coming this way. It's just a little darker there. And again, what I'm really trying to do is not have like white hitting white. So I've got white hitting dark as much as I can on these. So because I ended with a white side here, I'm going to start with a dark side there. And here I'm going to make this more Carmine Red to brighten it up a little bit. And then here, I'll have the light coming in that way. Maybe make that a little darker there, a little lighter there. And again, just sort of smearing it all together with that white. And then here, I'll just put the white at the bottom, the pomegranate up here near the top. And, you know, so if you just kind of do one little space at a time, it really starts to come together. You don't have to panic or worry about, is it accurate? Is my light coming through where it's supposed to? Just look at that. Doesn't that look cool? Okay, so now I'm going to get my white gel pen here, and we're just going to go over the lines. You could also take your white gel pen to lighten up those white spots if you wanted to. Trying to make sure I cover all the black. Sometimes I need to slow down because I go too fast and I don't get all of it. Okay, let me do that. Now this gel pen is the Pentel Grip DX Hybrid. I'm probably saying that out of order, whatever that I always talk about. So I will leave a link in the description for this pen. I really like these. They dry. If you, like, as I'm applying it here, it looks very translucent, but when it dries, it's a lot more opaque, and that's why I really like these. Okay, let me get this going here. Okay, almost done. We are about to call this page a wrap. So again, I hope that it's been helpful to watch how I color the butterfly and the gemstones. And maybe that's given you, between the strawberry video and this one, you've got enough to go on to finish a page like this. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, so there we go. So there is our gemstone. So let me zoom back out. See if we can see the whole completed page now. So there we go. I think that's all in camera. I'm trying to look up at my phone. Okay, yeah, looks like it's all in camera. So again, this is from Hanna Karlzon's Seasons book. It's about halfway through. And yeah, so there we go. Strawberries, flowers, butterflies, and gemstones. I hope this has been helpful, and I will try to do more color alongs like this in the future. But thanks for stopping by today, and let me know what you think in the comments. Bye-bye.